Hello, it's Andy Graham of Hobo Traveler. I'm in Kara, Togo, West Africa, and I wanted to talk today about how to be a hotel critic. About maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, I was in Thailand or somewhere, and I was reading about restaurant critics. And so what I did is I wrote I took the definition of how to be a restaurant critic and did a Control H, replace the words with hotel critic, and then I published it on the internet. Now, what happens is that Wiki Answers, all these different companies now have pages on how to be a hotel critic, and they actually point at my website as a reference. But the thing was a satire. Okay, the thing is that hotel critics are not the same as you can't really. It's not really easy to be a hotel critic. The reason is simple. It costs $100 to $500 or $50 or whatever to walk into a hotel and stay for the night and give it a fair chance, right? Well, you can go eat your dinner with your family and whatever, and go do the job of a restaurant critic. So everybody can be a restaurant critic and not be biased, okay? Because to be a good restaurant critic, you need to be objective, open. Basically, sometimes you say things bad, right? What we have right now is on the travel industry, on the hotel. There is no such thing. I've never heard of a hotel critic. Although, if you do a search on Google, you'll find hotel critic and maybe my website. Now they're getting circumvented by people that have bigger websites than mine talking about what to be a hotel critic. I have never met a hotel critic. Okay, now, you have a lot of people that are reviewers, okay, and my dream job is, in a way, okay, I really don't like getting a free room in a hotel. It's extremely risky as a travel writer or a person that do it. Basically, you get the free room in exchange for advertising, and what it does is it makes it a very dangerous thing, really, because if I'm sitting here in Africa, and if I went in there and I said exactly what I thought about a hotel and they knew I was doing it, it could be dangerous. I mean, hotels don't want their whole reputation destroyed by somebody in the hotel. So, basically, you say all the nice things and you leave out the tough stuff, okay? And I've taken, I don't know, 3 or 4 rooms in my life, and it's never been a good experience. Mainly because the hotel didn't care anything about improving. All they wanted to do was have more customers. What my dream job, my hotel critic dream job, is a hotel that actually wants me to come into the hotel and identify all the major problems. One of my friends is leaving here. I'm in a place called the Auberge Beau Séjour, and a French guy is just taken off for, I think, Burkina Faso. Okay. I've lived in over 1,000 hotels. Because I've lived in 1,000 hotels, and I also was a real estate broker where I sold like 2 houses a week for about 15 years. I can walk into any building, room, hotel, and basically tell you the pros and cons of the building. I mean, it's in seconds. I can walk into a 5-star hotel and find 25 problems with the 5-star hotel that are just small stuff. I mean, there is no such thing as really very many big things on hotels. Big problems on hotels. Even the most naive traveler sees. It's the small things, and the small things all pile up in the brain until they create a negative reaction, and the person leaves. The way you know you're in a good hotel is if you have 5 or 6 clients there that have been living there for a year, or they live there for months on end, and basically they never leave. This means they love the place. So, I mean, outside the United States, there's international travelers. Like if you're in Thailand, if you're in a hotel, there may be people there that have lived there for a month. In Philippines, they're all over the place. Okay, this person is voting by staying. The way you say you don't like the hotel is you leave. Giving a review is not a hotel critic. A review is basically just saying, hey, attaboy, that was a good job. Now, these are not. You shouldn't trust reviews. You should trust what the real hotel critic you want is. You want your wife or your husband to go to a hotel, then come back and say, "Hey, dear, I found the best hotel on the planet," because you're on the same meeting of the minds. And this is the problem. You really should have one person. If you go out on the internet, you should search for a person that is just like you and finds rooms that are just like what you want. On a short vacation, most people are really business travelers. They want to live just like they did at home, but in a different location. They don't really want to do it. Now, what my dream job is actually to be kind of a hotel critic, where the hotel calls me up, says, "Come to the hotel, we'll give you a free room." You come in anonymously. I walk in, I say, "Hey," I walk up to the reception. I check in, I pay my thing, I give my credit card, I do whatever I got to do. I check in, do absolutely everything, and nobody in the hotel knows what I'm doing. And I don't come in looking like Mr. $1 Million rich guy. I come in basically looking a little below par, so that I can test the employees' manners and dignity and "¿Cómo está usted?" instead of "Hey, what do you want?" Strange as you come, a lot of hotels you walk into and they basically ignore you until you say, "Hey." Okay, now, obviously, when you're walking into a 5-star hotel, the reception's better than in a $5 a night hotel. I've stayed in all levels. I really enjoy the mom and pop bread and breakfast type thing, where I know the owner, and if I have problems, I can walk up to him. Now, my dream job is to be the hotel critic that walks in, just evaluates it, and makes out a punch-out list. And a punch-out list, if you're building houses or you're doing a large construction job, they have what they call like a punch-out list. I used to be the guy on a concrete crew that would go do all the punch-out lists. The boss would give me 15 different things, a list that the superintendent of these big commercial sites would make a list. Then you'd have to go back and fix them all. Okay. Now, a hotel needs a punch-out list. A punch-out list is a list of things that they're kind of blinded to because they don't see them. One recommendation I always do with hotels, and they never listen to me, I never had one actually do it, is just to go live in your own frickin' hotel. Go move into a room, sit there for a week, and just make a punch-out list of all the little problems that you ran into. We become blind, okay, and as a business owner, you don't want to hear negative things about your business. Now, there's nothing negative about a specific thing, like saying, I don't know, the wall over here is dirty, or this doesn't have a place to hang my clothes. There's only one hanger. I walked into a I got bumped one time when I was in, where was I at? I was in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, and they bumped me on the plane, American Airlines. They put me on this shuttle, took me all the way to Santiago, what's the major capital? Well, the bottom line is they put me up in a casino 5-star hotel. Within 5 seconds of being in this casino 5-star hotel, I had collected 15 problems. Amazingly, they had a coffee maker that had no way to plug it in. There was no plug behind it. So it's all sitting there nice and clean. I mean, moving a coffee maker is not what you want to do in a hotel because it's got pieces of glass and whatever. And so I had to, it's real nice. I had a coffee maker. I was like excited. But there's no way to plug it in. Wi-Fi didn't work. The light for the mirror in the bathroom was over there and I was over here, right? I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Everything fogged up in the mirror when I turned on the shower. Basically, almost everything. One really funny thing. They gave me one little, I don't know, almost pint of water. And you know, you're really supposed to drink, what, 3 liters of water a day. And I sit there and I walked down, I said, okay, I'm going to go buy some water because I make coffee in the morning. And I went downstairs. There's no way to buy water in the hotel. So what I had to do is leave the hotel, go down the block, and because I was in a 5-star area, there wasn't any. I was actually on a strip where it was like by car only, right? So there wasn't any convenience shops. I was stranded. I was like going, hey, I need water. This isn't a game. I need water. And the hotel didn't have a way for me to drink water. Okay? And you're sitting there going, of all the problems. I mean, this is like the number one problem. Of course, in a way, I mean, Dominican Republic, in some countries, they put you between a rock and a hard place. They want you to go to the restaurant, pay, and drink in a restaurant. But, I mean, drinking water in a restaurant isn't quite going to make it at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm thirsty. I wake up and I need a drink of water or whatever. Or, you know, I'm changing climates. I just came in from one place, another place. My body's not quite regulated. But the bottom line is I could walk into any hotel on the planet and probably come up with 100 things, a punch-out list that would actually be so insightful the owner would probably just be amazed. I'm good at this. Okay, I really just, my brain just instantly sees incongruencies, inconsistencies, problems, little awkwardness. I call them algorithmic problems or something. I mean, I see the step-by-step process of walking into a hotel. You walk into the hotel, the receptionist says, hello, hey. Sometimes I say, hey, receptionist, please, be a receptionist, receive me. I think it's so funny because probably 80% of the hotels on the planet don't even greet you as you walk in the door. Okay, well, bottom line is that I like hotels to call me up, say, hey, come to my hotel, and make a punch-out list of small little insights or solutions that they do. And most of these things are so ridiculously cheap. It's ridiculous. Like, give me 2 more hangers. Give me 5 hangers in the room. I mean, bed and breakfasts are just a basket case. I mean, I sit there and think, you want $150? And basically things so awkward that I can't do it. I mean, a 5-star hotel, hey, those things are usually set up. I went into a Howard Johnson's in the, where was we at? We was in, not the Philippines, I was in Puerto Rico with my friend Steve, and I was amazed. Howard Johnson, I said, one problem I found after a couple days living there, and it goes, the towel wasn't quite big enough to wrap around my body when I got out of the shower so I could walk around the room with my towel. You know, it's all about pajama use. If you don't have pajamas, what are you going to do? Walk around naked? Okay, so you wrap a big towel around you. The towel just barely made it around my waist. They needed 1 size extra large. This is a Howard Johnson's in Puerto Rico. But chain hotels succeed because they basically make sure that all the little things are done. It's not the big things. And then there's nothing in the back of the mind. See, what you have is when somebody walks into a hotel and there's a little problem, they overlook it because, you know, they're just nice people. And then you overlook another one. Pretty soon your brain is just fatigued and you really just aren't enjoying the whole trip. So you have these like residual type memories. Okay, Andy Graham trying to explain to you my dream job of being a hotel critic. If you want to call me up and have me come to your hotel, I would love to do it. I would do it for free, just for kicks, if you give me a free room. I enjoy all the science and the basic pros and cons of finding a room because to me, that's what I do. I lived in 1,000 rooms. It's fun to do. Hey, everybody coming out of my hotel, they're walking on my hotel and trying to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, bonjour, Angèle.
Bonjour, Bego Bego, ça va?
Hey, say Bego Bego.
Aujourd'hui, là, tu travailles dehors.
This is Angèle. She's my manager of the hotel. This is Brigitte. She's like the little girl that does the odd jobs, and Denise is a new one. So, hey, put your face in front of it. This is Angela. She's an angel. Okay. Merry Christmas. Okay. Bye-bye.